It's high school football on Kxo El Centro, our YouTube channel, and we are at Cal Jones Field on the campus of Central Union High School for a final non-league tilt for the Spartans as they host the Raiders from Cibola High School in Yuma. High school football is brought to you by Roto-Rooter, serving the entire Imperial Valley. Johnny's Burritos in Brawley, Imperial, and El Centro. By the CB Stop in Calexico. Don't forget about their catfish fishing tournament this weekend. The Broken Yoke Cafe. Also, Aza Mobile Auto Repair in Yuma. By McNeese Mart, La Fonda Bar and Grill. By Southwest Security, Southwest Postal Service, Imperial Valley College, K Sushi, Stan's Auto Body, the Central Union High School District, and by CET, Center for Employment Training. I'm Carroll Buckley. With me in the booth tonight, John Driffill. The 3-2 Central Spartans will take on the winless Cibola Raiders. And John, the Spartans, a bit of a respite in a way tonight prior to the start of league competition. And this is coming off two real tough teams.
Yes, Central last week. We were here when they played at Granite Hills. Granite Hills number 3 in the San Diego section. That's in the top division, so they would be in the open division if the playoffs started today, meaning Granite Hills, defending Division II state champions. And that was a tough game. Excellent football team. Had a chance to see them up close and personal. They're big, they're fast. Their quarterback, even though he's a freshman, did not look like a freshman. He was quite a physical specimen as well as just a very good football player. But tonight, you have a reverse script. You have the Cibola Raiders coming over. Cibola on the year, under the tutelage of head coach Casey Kaufman, is 0-4, as you mentioned. They have played two other IBL teams, the Imperial Tigers and the Brawley Wildcats. They lost to Imperial 44-0. They lost to the Wildcats 47-8. On the year, they've been outscored 190-36. So we would not expect them to come in here and just absolutely overwhelm Central's football team. Matter of fact, we would expect the opposite, but you never can tell. As they always say, the game's not played on paper, it's played on the field. And Cibola is out. They're warming up actually on the infield of the soccer field west of the football field because of all the pregame festivities. The Spartans honored, I believe, senior night, and then they honored the cheerleaders with parents, etc. So we're going to have a kickoff here in a few minutes. And right now, I can say that there is one big change in the Central Spartan starting offense. And the sophomore, Luis Jimenez, will get his first start of his varsity career tonight. Jonathan Real will be backing him up tonight, but we expect to see Jonathan on the field as well.
Well, you mentioned that Jimenez will get his first start, but when you take a look at the numbers, they're very similar to what numbers Real has had. And Jimenez, 31 completions out of 45 attempts. Not bad, 69% completions. And with that, 3 touchdowns. And he has shown ability and has had increasing playing time. Last week, we saw pretty much split time between Real and Jimenez. And tonight, I would expect we will see both quarterbacks in play. But as you mentioned, Jimenez getting the start. We've got more pregame festivities coming up on Kxo.
Build your future at CET, the Center for Employment Training. CET has been serving farm workers since 1967. Grants are available so that farm workers and their children can attend at no cost. See if you qualify at cetweb.edu. Farm worker admission. Enroll at any time. All programs can be completed in under a year. And job placement assistance and financial aid are available to those who qualify. Call 533-2519 or go to cetweb.edu. The future is in your hands.
Johnny's Burritos, an Imperial Valley tradition since 1963. 3 locations, Raleigh, Imperial, and El Centro. Delicious burritos, including your favorite breakfast burritos, made just the way you like it. Tacos and taquitos, sandwiches, burgers, carne asada fries, and so much more. And don't forget their delicious Johnny's sweet tea. Johnny's Burritos in Raleigh, Imperial, and El Centro.
The CB Stop, located at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road in Calexico, is your one-stop location for ice-cold beer, wine, and your favorite beverages. They have a selection of sandwiches, chips, snacks, ice, and Flavor Lotto, including Powerball and Mega Super Lotto. You can even get fishing bait and a fishing license. The CB Stop has it all, along with a gas station with diesel and a car wash. Open 24 hours a day. The CB Stop, located in Calexico at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road.
Attention high school sports fans, are you an armchair official? You know, the parent or fan who constantly yells at the referees and loves to let everyone know just how bad you think they are. Well, if you think you could do better, then get in the game and prove it. It's time for you to suit up and make the calls where they actually count. Every sport in California needs more officials. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
The Central Spartans hosting the Cibola Raiders tonight, and it is Thursday night football. John, our 3rd week in a row of Thursday night football, and I'm sorry, it's not quite the same, but tell that to a capacity Central Spartan fan base as they have filled their side of the stadium. And again, it is a Thursday night. There is other Thursday night activity as the Burley Wildcats will take on Valley Center. Actually, they will take on Gila Ridge tonight. And I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself because it is the Imperial Tigers hosting Valley Center tomorrow night. Mickey Dale, George Grijalva will have that game for us right here on the KXO YouTube channel and live on KXO AM 1230 KXO El Centro. Other Friday night action, it'll be Calipatria at Claremont, Bonita Vista at Vincent, and that's pretty much it. Everybody else is going to take the bye and then resume the week after with the start of league play. We've got more pregame coming up.
McNeese Smart, your one-stop convenience store with everything you need to get through the day. Fill your tank with V-Power from Shell, and then visit the deli for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Choose your favorite deli sandwich or hot stuffed pizza, or feed the office for your next party with party platters. Choose from meat, cheese, vegetable, or sandwich platters. Yes, McNeese Smart, your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Dogwood and Main Street in El Centro.
There's a new mobile auto repair and towing service in Yuma. It's also Azza Mobile Auto Repair, formerly John's Auto Service. Only the name has changed. You still receive the same professional service on all makes and models automobiles because Azza has been John's mechanic for 28 years. He is now the proud owner and continues to give you the same quality service. Also Azza Mobile Auto and Towing Service, 508 East 22nd Street in Yuma. Call 928-941-1088.
Wake up with us at Broken Yoke Cafe. Open daily at 7 a.m. Serving you your favorite breakfast. From omelets, pancakes, how about eggs Benedict, waffles, and yes, Mexican breakfast too. Broken Yoke Cafe also serves lunch till 2 p.m. From sandwiches, salads, and yes, of course, the all-American cheeseburger. You can order online at Broken Yoke Cafe El Centro or call 760-352-9655. That's 352-9655. McNeese Smart.
Your favorite NFL team plays on Imperial Valley's AM 1230, KXO El Centro.
John Driffill, the captains are meeting at the center of the field. We might point out that who our officials are wearing the white hat, and president of the Football Officials Association, John Seaman, The umpire is Alan Phillips, Roman Rubio, Sean McLaughlin, and James, can't read my own writing, James Bentley will also be part of the officiating crew. So Thursday night football, John, you did mention that young Mr. Martin will not be playing tonight. Jared Martin with a broken bone. And according to reports, John, we will not see him playing until the Imperial game, which is October 20th.
So just about a month away. Also, Carroll, as we've seen each game that we've done the Central Park, Michael Fisher goes out as one of the captains, although that's honorary. And as of this moment, it appears that he will not be able to play this year due to his knee injury, which is heartbreaking. The young man, not only is a good football player, he's just a really good kid. This is his senior year, so he's getting as much of the experience of the football as he can. But we certainly know he would just give anything he could to be able to suit up, but discretion, better part of valor, take care of that knee, health more important. So as of now, it appears that he will not be able to suit up this year.
Well, the Spartans are taking the field. They will be kicking off. The Cibola Raiders will be receiving, and they will be going right to left across your computer screen. The Spartans wearing their Spartan blue unis. The Raiders are wearing white and black. The officials say they are ready. We say we are ready. And we're about ready to play some football. Kick is deep into the wind, and it'll bounce at the 10, be picked up, dropped, and who's got it? Scrum for the football. I think Spartans recover. Poorly played catch by the Raiders, and the Spartans fall on the football. He had it bounce off his hands, and then couldn't find it. Footballs don't bounce. True.
Carroll, we do not have a name for the number. 47 was on the fumble.
So the Spartans will come out 1st and 10 on the Raiders' 12-yard line. Jimenez will hand off, and Viesca goes right up the middle, follows his block down to the 10. Pickup of about 7. Started on the 17, not the 12.
Central right up on the line, playing hurry-up football.
The Spartans dump it off in the flat. It is complete. Following his blocking into the end zone is Emiliano Morales. So the Spartans strike from the 7, Morales from Jimenez for the score.
That didn't take long, Carroll. 2 plays. And the sophomore Morales is Jimenez's favorite target. That's his 30th catch on the year.
It is point after attempt, a kick from placement. David Martinez will try the point after. Now the Raiders jump offside. Were they enticed? Well, they encroached. So, moving a little bit closer.
Let's see if that means Central might want to go for 2.
Martinez will stay out. And we will have the kick from placement, snap back, kick up, kick is good. 11:24 to play in the first quarter. We just got underway, and it is Central 7, Cibola nothing. It's high school football. We are on the KXO YouTube channel.
McNeese Smart, your one-stop convenience store with everything you need to get through the day. Fill your tank with V-Power from Shell, and then visit the deli for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Choose your favorite deli sandwich or hot stuffed pizza, or feed the office for your next party with party platters. Choose from meat, cheese, vegetable, or sandwich platters. Yes, McNeese Smart, your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Dogwood and Main Street in El Centro.
36 seconds into the game, and the Spartans lead at 7-0. We'll have another kickoff, a high kick, and it'll be fielded at the 12 out to the 15, looking for some room, gets hit and dropped at the 25-yard line. Devin Burris, a junior, on the return, and the tackle by Christopher Alvarez. Alvarez, another sophomore, John.
Yes, this will be now Cibola. This is the kind of year it's been for Cibola. They just have not been able to get any kind of momentum going, shoot themselves in the foot. And right now they start already behind 7-0. They haven't even run a play for scrimmage yet, although they did get the opening kickoff.
Andrew McNair brings his team out. McNair takes it, and a little bit of a counter play with a handoff going to Mais, and it's blown dead.
Yeah, Central's offside, so that'll be a free 5 yards. Carroll, have you seen this offense before? They have the quarterback who is in the shotgun, and the halfback is right on his hip with his hand positioned to take the snap. So the snap could go, it's almost like a wing kick, could go to use to the quarterback or the halfback.
That's pretty much what I would call it, John, more of a wing T type offense.
We have not seen that before, though.
Not in years. The handoff is to Mais, and Mais breaks it through, loses the football, and the Spartans have it again. Mais was hit from behind, coughed up the football, and on the recovery for the Spartans, we'll give, let's give the recovery to Felix Aguirre. The Spartans take over again, 1st and 10 on their own 49-yard line. Oh my. From the pistol, Jimenez hands off, and going right up the middle is Viesca, Nico Viesca, and he picks up about 4 yards. John, have you noticed that before? The down marker is lighted.
Yeah, this is the first time they've displayed that this year. They just got it. It sure makes it a lot easier to see the down.
2nd and 7, dumped off in the flat, and Emiliano has it, looks for some running room, finds some, and carries a couple of Raiders down inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. Emiliano Morales with a catch and then a big carry.
That's one of those 5-yard passes, 30-yard run for Morales. We'll get the exact distance here, but that man got 2 catches.
The yak, yard after catch. 1st and 10, Spartans on the Raiders 19. Morales goes in motion. It is Viesca. Viesca goes off left tackle, picks up a couple of yards, but there's a flag down. John Seaman will let us know what it is.
Ben is making use of his first start, Carroll. He's 2 for 2, came out smoking hot, throwing both of them to the other sophomore. He's
holding against the Spartans.
That will move it back, make it now 1st and long.
Luis Jimenez, the sophomore, getting his first start. Again, the pistol with Viesca right next to him. Morales again in motion. They flood the right side, dump it off on the right side. Morales, same play. This time it picks up about 15. So they got most back of what they lost on the penalty, John.
Plus a little bit more. That ball was completed out there to Morales again. got all the catches tonight.
2nd and 8. Spotted on the 17. Fiesca, nothing in the middle, turns it outside, gets hit and dropped after a pickup of a yard, and a good open field tackle there by the Raiders. Tough to bring Fiesca down.
That time, a very sure tackle as he wrapped him up and was able to take him down one-on-one.
Third, picked up a yard, so it's 3rd and 6. Active pass, Jimenez dumps it off underneath. It is complete to Morales, and Morales will get it into the end zone. Touchdown! Emiliano Morales. No, it wasn't Morales, John.
I believe that's Artie Estrada with his first catch of the evening, and he takes it all the way for the touchdown.
Okay, give credit where it's due, and you had a better angle on it than I did. The Spartans will try the point after. The snap is back. The kick is up. The kick is good. We've got 8:37 to play in the first quarter. It is Central 14, Cibola nothing.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. 2 years ago, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. So if you're tired of dealing with the inconvenience of our post office hours and you would like to be able to get your mail when you want, Saturdays, Sundays, holidays, in the middle of the night, then come visit us at Southwest Postal with 24-hour staff. Plus, we're also your local FedEx, DHL, and Postal Service Center. We even offer text message and email notification when you receive your mail. Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Howell in El Centro.
Your friend at La Fonda Bar and Grill wants us to continue to remember our heroes who advocated for the freedom we enjoy today. When you're craving Mexican food, La Fonda Bar and Grill is everybody's favorite choice. The Camacho family has been doing it right for many, many years. One tradition they've always kept is serving you freshly made Mexican food daily. From chili rellenos to enchiladas, everything is handmade. If you're craving Mexican food, make sure you stop by La Fonda Bar and Grill, 1950 South 4th Street in El Centro.
John, you did bring a sharp pencil tonight, didn't you?
Yes, and more than one it looks like we might need. And hopefully now Cibola can get off some plays without fumbling. The opening kick, they fumbled, and they ran 2 plays. First one was nullified, Central was offside, and the second one they fumbled again. So,
and we're already seeing a change. Miguel Vega is setting the ball on the tee to do the kicking.
Giving David Martinez a break after the 2 PATs and the previous 2 kickoffs.
Vega kicks it down the middle, and it'll bounce at the 20 and roll down inside the 5 and barely make it into the end zone. Oh, again, poorly played on the kickoff, John. Had that stopped a yard short of where it did, it would have been the Spartans football on the half-inch line.
Right, it would have been looking at 21-0. So fortunately for the Raiders, it did bounce into the end zone, and that is kicking into the wind. It's a pretty stiff wind as we get here in the valley.
And it was a low-line drive right down the middle, and it a tough one to handle. Those, from experience, were the toughest ones to field.
Spread offense now.
1st and 10. Raiders from their own 20-yard line. McNair back, chased out of the pocket, turns it upfield. He's got plenty of room. Crosses the 25 out to the 30 to the 34-yard line before Braden Mayo brings him down.
I believe, Carroll, that was a design play. Did not look downfield, did not have any read. He just waited for the receivers to drag the defensive back deep and took off running for a first down to pick up out to the 32. And for Cibola, most importantly, no fumble.
Andrew McNair brings them out. Full house backfield. And in the middle,
I believe that was Barone on the carry. As what they do is they have, again, it could be a snap to the quarterback or the running back. then the running back will cut across, and the quarterback actually turns his back and can give it on a cross counter to the other halfback, or he can spin out, throw it, or give it to the original back that was right there next to him. So there's all kinds of possibilities on this, including the other halfback that ran with the ball of their own. He could have taken the snap.
It is 2nd and 10. Barone wide on the right side. McNair drops back, rushed, dumps it off over the middle. It's picked off.
No, they set it down.
Short hopped it. So the Arturo Estrada short hopped it. Otherwise, he would have scored.
That was obvious call right here in front of us as the ball picked around, and Estrada put on his baseball cleats, fielded that like a shortstop, was off to the races, but now brings up 3rd and long. So once again, the Raiders will go into their spread formation, 3 right outs to the right, 2 to the left.
Empty backfield. McNair, 6'2", 175. He's a senior. Drops back, rolls, and is hit as he throws. It is complete. A nice catch downfield, but it's not going to be enough for a first down.
We do have a flag down, Carroll, so this may be a roughing the passer as McNair threw the ball. He was hit. So let's see. Yes, we're going to get a roughing the passer. So this will be an automatic first down. So the pass was completed for no gain, but the penalty will be enough for the first down.
So move the chains. And march it down 15 yards, spotted on the 48-yard line in Spartan territory. So the Raiders have a bit of a drive going. First and 10. Full house backfield again.
And we can't hike the ball because John Seaman is discussing the last call with all of the coaches on the central staff right here on the 42-yard line. As we're still continuing the discussion, so both teams are standing up, waiting for the ref now back out on the field.
Joe Denton got the explanation. Seems satisfied with it. First and 10, and the handoff in the backfield to Bravo, and there's nowhere to go, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Bravo goes down, 2-yard loss. Bring up 2nd and 12. The Spartans just swarmed to the football.
You can see the philosophy, Carroll, of what that is, with everybody spinning and turning and all that, is to confuse the defense. Unfortunately, if your offensive line can't block, you have the defensive line on top of you by the time you try to turn upfield, and that results in a 2-yard loss.
Well, the Spartan defense has been in the backfield of the Raiders all night long. And it is a snap, direct snap to Bravo, and Bravo is, did you see how quickly he dropped?
Well, he was hit by a host of Spartans. They just absolutely knocked him back for another yard loss. That was the Wildcat.
Max Fimbres just leveled him. Max, 5'10", 265. Bravo hit a wall, literally, and just dropped in his tracks. Lost another yard, so it'll be 3rd and 13. Spotted on the Raiders' 44-yard line.
We've seen 7 plays from the Raiders, and they've used 5 different formations for those 7 plays.
Back to pass, McNair. McNair slips, but he gets his footing, fires downfield, and that'll be pass interference big time.
Either going to be pass interference or holding, depending upon how they want to call it.
Braden Mayo just wrapped a fistful of jersey and almost ripped it off the intended receiver.
Unfortunately for the Spartans, it was unnecessary. The pass was, with this wind, well downfield. So they're going to bring it back, march it off on the line of scrimmage. Automatic first down, although it will be enough for the line to gain anyway. So that will give Cibola their 3rd first down, equaling the Spartans here in the first quarter.
If I remember, John, that is not an automatic first down anymore. It used to be,
Well,
but it's no longer an automatic first down.
he did not call it on the pass interference. He called it as a hold, so it only went 10 yards, not the 15.
3rd and about 3. McNair doesn't take the snap. It's a short snap, and it doesn't fool anybody. As the ball snapped to Demarion Wilson, and Wilson smothered again. The Spartans obviously watching tape, John. They know exactly where the ball is going. It'll bring up 4th and 5.
Looks like the ball is going to go for it, Carroll. Although if they did punt, they would be punting with the wind.
So the ball, it is on the Spartan 47-yard line. 4th and about 4.
And as we've already mentioned, Carroll, with all the ball fakes in the backfield, it does give the defense a chance to react. Now, if they don't know where the ball is, it's to your advantage. But so far, they've had no trouble finding it. Once again, we have wide out to the left, to the right.
And snap back McNair, but flags fly before the ball is snapped.
Let's see if somebody was in motion, and they were.
And it is against the Raiders. They were not in punt formation. They were going to go for it.
Well, let's see now if that's...
Now they bring the punting team out. And according to Mickey Dale, who scouted the game for us, their kicker kicks either right foot or left foot.
Isael Ibarra, he's a soccer player. So he will drop back to kick now. First punt of the evening.
4th and 9. With the wind at his back. Snap back. Kick is blocked and picked up and rambling, stumbling, bumbling down to the 22-yard line. The kick was blocked beautifully by David Hartfield. Blocked it, picked it up, and returned it.
So although that is not a turnover, it certainly acts like one, as it's blocked by Davian Hartfield, called up for the JV, the second game of the year, and has been on the varsity and making contributions ever since.
1st and 10 Spartans on the Raiders 22. Jimenez fires, it is complete, and down inside the 10 to about the 8-yard line. The catch made by Miguel Vega. Vega with a slant.
First time we've called Miguel's name this evening.
It'll be 1st and goal, spotted on the 8. From the pistol, Vega goes in motion. Handoff is Viesca. Viesca spins down inside the 5 to the 1-yard line.
I believe he got in the end zone.
He got into the end zone. His forward progress carried him into the end zone, so the Spartans score again. Spartans capitalizing on Raiders' mistakes. And Martinez, 6 foot, 210-pound senior, snap back. Kick is up. Kick is good. Good recovery on the hold by Alex Trejo. 3:30 to play in the first quarter. Our score, Central 21 and the Cibola Raiders, nothing.
Here's a message to students and parents from the Central Union High School District. Showing up is a valuable life habit. Build the habit of good attendance. Attending school every day is possible, and it helps students learn and grow. Attending school improves mental health through socializing, developing friendships, and forming relationships. Be active. Be present. It all begins with showing up.
The Spartans kicking off again. It is a low line drive. It is batted down and then covered as That could have gone horribly wrong as well. One of the upbacks batted the ball and then was able to fall on it, or that could have gone terrible as well, John.
But again, he did what he's coached to do. There's no sense to get fancy back there. They've had trouble with the kick, even though the Spartans are kicking into the wind. Now Cibola down 21-0. It's just really hard when you have this stuff happen to you. Your own mistakes costing you. There's just no life now in the Cibola team.
McNair spins, hands off to Maíz. Maíz with a big run out to the 39-yard line. That'll be good for a first down, a gain of 11.
Now, that time, the misdirection in the backfield did work as Maíz actually came around from the right side of the quarterback, and the quarterback faked to the halfback next to him and then actually just tossed the ball in there, just kind of left it hanging, and Maíz took it on the dead run and was able to pick up the first down.
It is 1st and 10, Raiders. Our own wide on the right side. Everybody else bunched up in the middle, and as one of the Raiders goes in motion, 3 Spartans jump offside, and Maíz went in motion. He can do that.
3-5 yards, moves the ball out to the 44. So now, instead of being first and 10, it's going to be 1st and 5.
Spot the ball on the 44-yard line. That full house backfield. It is basically a wing T, and the handoff is to Maíz. Maíz picks up 5, very close to the first down. He'll be just shy of the first down marker. It'll bring up 2nd and 1. I love the down marker, John.
It sure makes it easy to see that it's 2nd down. It's
yes.
A very nice addition here. I'm sure that Josh White, who we hope to have up here at halftime as our guest, he picked that up. It's had a touch of class here to the Spartans at Cal Jones Field.
2nd and 1. And the snap, the Fumble-Ruski play, and forward progress, I believe, will give DeMario Wilson the first down. But let's wait and see where yes, it is a first down.
You want to explain what the Fumble-Ruski is, Carroll?
Well, you got one guy right under, basically right next to the center, and you got the other 3 backs further back. They snap the ball, and the 3 that are further back act like the ball is loose, and they all start chasing the football, but the guy up front has it.
Cibola going deep into the bag of tricks already.
McNair drops back, looks, fires deep downfield, and almost picked off again. Estrada playing center field, almost got it. The pass intended for Maíz, and on the coverage, Josiel Rodriguez and Artie Estrada. 2nd and 10.
Pat's defense has been a stable under the David Pena reign here at Central. They just have done a great job each of the 7 years that Coach Pena's been at the helm with Pat's defense.
2nd and 10. Ball on the 49-yard line, still in Raider territory. And the handoff on a little counter play. Again, it is Maíz. Maíz is listed at 5'10", 160. He is a sophomore. He's shown some moves, and he has definitely shown some quick speed. Picks up about 6. Take it 5. 3rd and 5 right now.
If Cibola does not pick this up, we would expect them to go for it, as they already would have gone for a 4th at about the same distance before they had an illegal motion. Sent him back and had the first punt of the evening. And
I don't think we're going to get another playoff in the first quarter. unless they're real quick about it, and they're not. That's the end of one quarter of play. At the end of the first quarter, our score, it is Central 21, Cibola nothing.
Stan's Auto Body has been serving customers in the Imperial Valley for many years now. Their mission is to be recognized as a premier provider of auto body repair services. Stan's Auto Body also works closely with you and your insurance company on your collision repair. They're committed to delivering superior quality and customer service by exceeding your expectations. Stan's Auto Body thanks you for making them #1 with CarWise.com. Give them a call or stop by 1880 West Euclid Avenue in El Centro.
Kxo Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial is serving the best Japanese cuisine in the Imperial Valley. Kxo Sushi offers you 50 different sushi rolls, plus beer, wine, and sake, and they also have teriyaki chicken or beef, rice and noodles. Kxo Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial. They're open daily from 11 a.m. till 9 p.m. Kxo Sushi also caters and welcomes big groups anytime. Call 760-355-4440. That's 355-4440 for your takeout.
Your favorite NFL team plays on Imperial Valley's AM 1230, KXO El Centro.
Did you know that about 1,000 students from around the Imperial Valley are getting a jump on their college careers by attending IBC classes right now on their own high school campus? Ask us about our dual enrollment programs, available to students at most Imperial Valley high schools. Get started now at the #1 community college in the nation. Check us out. For information, go to imperial.edu and search dual enrollment. That's imperial.edu.
And the Raiders come out. It'll be 3rd and 5. The ball is on the Spartans' 46-yard line. Long count. Snap is a direct snap, and then a toss back to Mais. Mais turns it upfield. He'll cross the 40 to the 35, down to the 34-yard line. Picks up the first down. Little reverse.
Carroll with turnovers. Anomaly is now Cibola is out first down Central, 5-4. Expecting the trailing 21-0. That wouldn't be possible, but when you have 2 fumbles recovered by the other side and a blocked punt, there's your points right there.
The Spartan offense hasn't had a chance to really do much. They've had the short field. And again, a little counter play in the backfield. Mais is hit and dropped and will get nowhere on the tackle for the Spartans. Jesus Mendez.
They're going to give him a 1-yard loss, Carroll. That's where they spotted the ball. And, Carroll, we do have a name now to go with the number. The first fumble was recovered by the Central Spartans, number 47, Ryan Smith.
2nd and 11. Just underway in the second quarter. That jumbo backfield, it is reminiscent of a wing tee, but the snap is to McNair. McNair fires. It is tipped and incomplete. And the pass.
You have a flag down right at the 41-yard line, so we'll see what this is. I did not see McNair get hit, but we'll get the call right now.
Chop block. Chop below the knees against Cibola. The pass was intended for Isiel Ibarra. On the coverage was Alex Trejo. And the pass went incomplete. The Spartans will take the penalty.
That is a spot mark from the line of scrimmage, not where the infraction was, but it is 10 yards. So now that will bring up 2nd and 20.
2nd and 21, actually. Snap, direct snap, and then that little counter play again to Mais, and it doesn't fool anybody that time. Not at all. Shooting in again was Mendez.
5-yard loss as Cibola now is going backwards, bringing up 3rd and about 27.
And Davian Hartfield again in on that.
Same Damien that blocked the punt previously in the first quarter and recovered it and rumbled down the field for about 24 yards. Spread wide out, Carroll. 4 wide outs to the right, 1 to the left.
Third and about 28. McNair dumps it off. It is complete, and it'll lose another 4 yards. The pass completed and immediately tackled by Alex Trejo, and that'll bring up a 4th down. Spot the ball back in Raiders territory on the 49. 4th and 10, 20, 4th and about 29 yards to go, John.
And the bar is out, so we will see them punt. This will be the first punt into the wind.
Estrada drops back. A high snap, brings it down, gets it away, and it is a short punt that'll take a Raiders bounce and go out of bounds. It'll be 1st and 10 Spartans on their own 33-yard line.
Johnny's Burritos, an Imperial Valley tradition since 1963. 3 locations, Raleigh, Imperial, and El Centro. Delicious burritos, including your favorite breakfast burritos, made just the way you like it. Tacos and taquitos, sandwiches, burgers, carne asada, fries, and so much more. And don't forget their delicious Johnny's sweet tea. Johnny's Burritos in Raleigh, Imperial, and El Centro.
1st and 10 Spartans. Jimenez dumps it off, and it is... Did you see what I saw, John? The defenders keyed in on Mendez, and Artie Estrada was all alone.
To the short man, and unfortunately for Central, as they ran by Estrada, then he lost the vision on the football, and when it came to him, it was just right on top of him. He wasn't able to bring it down. He would have run for a touchdown.
He'd still be running. 2nd and 10. Mendez goes in motion. Morales in motion. And the handoff is to Viesca. And Viesca will pick up about 3 yards, make it 4. It'll bring up 3rd and 4. Raleigh leads Gila Ridge 14-0, John.
Well, Gila Ridge is down this year as well. They have not been able to win any games outside of Yuma.
3rd and 6. Jimenez from the shotgun, rolling to his right, looking downfield, has plenty of time, finds his man, in and out of the hands of Miguel Vega. Vega hit as soon as the ball hit him.
We have a penalty flag right actually about 5 yards down the line of scrimmage, so we'll have to wait and see what this is. So far, we have not had any kind of preliminary indication. They're talking with the official on the other side, but that doesn't mean it's against Central. Sometimes the offended team wants an explanation. Illegal man downfield by Central. They'll decline that penalty. The pass incomplete will stand, and they'll bring up 4th down.
So it'll be 4th and 6. 8:05 to play in the first half. Central leads 21-0.
It looks like Central is up on the line of scrimmage getting the call in. One thing Jimenez does have that's not in Real's playbook is he can run. Saw that on that last pass attempt, that if he would have wanted to, he could have taken off upfield.
Jimenez will take the snap, drops back, looks, fires downfield, and in and out of the hands of a defender as the pass intended for Emiliano Morales, but Isiel Ibarra, a sophomore, with great coverage, the Spartans will turn it over on downs.
Cibola now at their best field position as they are out on the field. They don't do the hurry-up like Central does, but they also don't spend a lot of time in the huddle either. They're getting the call, already been relayed in since they had a change of possession, and they're going to come up to the line of scrimmage, and I have no idea which formation they'll be in now, Carroll. They've shown us about 9 different formations already.
Well, and they huddled about 30 yards off the footballs. Okay.
Traditional shotgun formation.
A traditional shotgun with a spread. Snap back. McNair, a little bit of a hold, but that doesn't make any difference. The Spartans get to him anyway and drop him. The first one in there, Matthew Eliziola, another sophomore, John.
8-yard loss on that play. We'll have all the stats at halftime. Cibola has been able to run up some first downs, but they're right now, their passing is in the negative yardage, and they are positive so far in the plus yardage. They've had 3 runs of double digits, that means 10 or more. So they're still positive on the rush, but their last 3 attempts have been for negative yards.
2nd and 18. And the direct snap to Bravo, or Ricardo Bravo. And he'll pick up some of the yardage. He'll pick up about 4. It'll bring up a 3rd and 14.
And what we've seen from both teams tonight, this would certainly be 4-down territory.
The Raiders get to play in from the sideline.
This time, Andrew McNair, the quarterback, actually ran across and got it from the coach first down in the huddle now. Central doing the same, looking across their side of the field to the coaching staff, getting the defensive signals.
Nehemiah Perez got the defensive call. 3rd and 14, rolling to his right, but that's blown dead. One of these Spartans was lined up in the neutral zone.
That will be another 3-5 yards.
Should make it 3rd and 9.
Now that time, as soon as the quarterback there got the snap, he took off sprinting, Carroll, because they do realize that their offensive line is having a hard time holding Central out, as the offensive line for Cibola has had trouble this year blocking anyone. And tonight is no different.
3rd and 9. Who's going to get the snap? It is McNair. He hands off and looking for some running room and getting tripped up before he can get outside too far was Nehemiah Perez on the tackle. Isiel Ibarra.
That's a 5-yard pickup, Carroll, bringing up 4th and 5 now, so we certainly would expect Cibola to go for this. They've already gone for it twice in their own territory. Now they're on the 32-yard line of the Spartans.
So the Raiders eschewing the kick. Too close for a punt, too far for a field goal.
Especially in the wind.
Snap is back in the toss. It is Maes. Maes across the 25 down to the 20-yard line.
That will be a first down.
Maes picks up the first down.
7-yard pickup.
And once again, first down aided by a Spartan penalty, John.
Yes, and Ryan Smith, who has the one fumble recovery, he is now playing in the position that has been for Jared Martin. So he has come on now. He did not start tonight in Jared's place tonight. They actually started Malachi O'Con.
1st and 10, Raiders from the Spartan 21-yard line. McNair hands off, and there is nothing there. Nothing at all for Ricardo Bravo. And the Spartans led there by Felix Aguirre. Aguirre had some help there by Gavin Mora.
6-yard loss on that play, bringing up 2nd and 16. And once again, McNair, the quarterback, goes to the sideline, gets the play, trots back out. When the Spartan defensive line is misdirected, then Cibola's had some real success, but other times they've just been absolutely crushed deep in their own backfield.
Empty backfield. McNair. Here come the Spartans. Big rush. He gets away and is brought down from behind by Gavin Mora. The Spartans, it looked like they were setting up a screen, John, because nobody blocked any Spartan defender.
That's been one of the problems Cibola's had this year, is their line not blocking anyone. But Mora did a very nice job of keeping McNair from getting much more yardage. He was able to bring him around after a 3-yard gain, but if he doesn't pull him down, McNair was going to run, maybe not for the first down, but it would have brought up a 3rd and short. Now you've got 3rd and 13.
3rd and 13. The clock continues to run. We've got 2:50 to play in the first half. Central leads 21-0.
Both teams have all 3 timeouts remaining. And now we're going to get Cibola using their first one.
They'll take a timeout as well. Timeout on the field. 2:40 to play in the first half. Central 21, Cibola 0.
Roto-Rooter, your plumbing and drain cleaning specialist. Roto-Rooter offers full services from hydrojetting to camera inspection, water heaters, faucets, garbage disposal, anything that's clogged up. They'll take care of the problem right. Roto-Rooter is a locally owned family business with 60 years in the Imperial Valley. Call the experts at 760-352-6789 or 344-2533 on the north end. Roto-Rooter, when drains don't work, we do.
Wake up with us at Broken Yoke Cafe. Open daily at 7 a.m. Serving you your favorite breakfast. From omelets, pancakes, how about eggs Benedict, waffles, and yes, Mexican breakfast too. Broken Yoke Cafe also serves lunch till 2 p.m. From sandwiches, salads, and yes, of course, the all-American cheeseburgers. You can order online at Broken Yoke Cafe El Centro or call 760-352-9655. That's 352-9655.
It is the Central Spartans, the Cibola Raiders. John, Spartans have a 21-0 lead. They did it on 3 turnovers. They have not looked especially sharp.
Not on offense. And on defense, they've been able to have some very good negative yardage plays against the Raiders, but they've also given them some big gains. I've mentioned that they had 3 carries, the Raiders, for double-digit numbers. We could move that up to 4 now.
3rd and 13. Snap and the little inside toss, and it is Mais down inside the 10 before he is brought down by Alex Trejo. Mais showing some legs and picking up the first down.
All the way down, it will be 1st and goal now.
1st and goal from the 10.
So Cibola marching right down the field after they did get the 4th down turnover on downs by the Spartans.
I want to say McNair brings them out, but you never know because it's that wing T type can snap it to any one of 3 people in the backfield. And it is McNair, and the handoff is to the ever popular Ricardo Bravo.
Carroll, once again, it's actually not a handoff. He just kind of just drops the ball in the air. Just leaves it floating, and Bravo takes off with it because it does give him a little momentum.
As long as you don't call it a pass, I'm okay with that, John.
And it's not, because he's not actually shoveling the ball. He's just leaving it up there. He's putting both hands and then releasing the football.
2nd and goal from the 10. Spartan defense wants to keep the Raiders out of the end zone. Want to preserve that shutout. And it is a direct snap to Bravo, and Bravo will get it
Carroll,
into the end zone.
Actually, that was a Wildcat snap, and he, meaning the Wildcat back, which was Marone, then handed the ball on a counter to Mais, who was able to run behind the line, who was blocking down to the right, went behind him, and then took it all the way in the end zone to put the ball right back in this game.
So we've got 1 minute to play in the first half, and the Raiders hit the end zone.
Looks like they're going for two now, as I do not see a tee out there, nor do I see their kicker Ibarra. And they have placed the ball over on the left hash mark. So I think those three signs would tell us that they're going for it.
And McNair with an empty backfield. Snap is back. McNair looking, nothing there, and he's hit, and he'll be dropped short of the end zone. So the attempt at the 2-point conversion, no good. And the Spartans at least hold there. We've got 1 minute to play in the first half. It is Central 21 and Cibola 6.
Johnny's Burritos, an Imperial Valley tradition since 1963. 3 locations, Raleigh, Imperial, and El Centro. Delicious burritos, including your favorite breakfast burritos, made just the way you like it. Tacos and taquitos, sandwiches, burgers, carne asada, fries, and so much more. And don't forget their delicious Johnny's sweet tea. Johnny's Burritos in Raleigh, Imperial, and El Centro.
The CB Stop, located at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road in Calexico, is your one-stop location for ice-cold beer, wine, and your favorite beverages. They have a selection of sandwiches, chips, snacks, ice, and play the lotto, including Powerball and Mega Super Lotto. You can even get fishing bait and a fishing license. The CB Stop has it all, along with a gas station with diesel and a car wash. Open 24 hours a day. The CB Stop, located in Calexico at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road.
The Raiders will kick off.
I'm wondering if they're going to try a short kick here. They were practicing it during the warm-up.
And it is a short pooch kick, and it'll be covered by the Spartans. Joshua Garcia, another sophomore, covers the football. The Spartans will put it in play 1st and 10, spotted on their own 42-yard line. Heads up by Garcia.
Central does have all 3 of their timeouts remaining. Jimenez does lead them back out on the field. He started hot since he's been 0 for 3.
Jimenez from the shotgun. Rolls to his right, has time, finds an opening, and completes the pass. That's Miguel Vega. Vega, a junior, 6 foot, 150.
And Central does take their first timeout.
We'll take the timeout as well. 51 seconds to play. Central 21 and Cibola 6.
McNee Smart, your one-stop convenience store with everything you need to get through the day. Fill your tank with V-Power from Shell, and then visit the deli for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Choose your favorite deli sandwich or hot stuffed pizza, or feed the office for your next party with party platters. Choose from meat, cheese, vegetable, or sandwich platters. Yes, McNee Smart, your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Dogwood and Main Street in El Centro.
You're listening to high school football on AM 1230 Kxo El Centro and on the World Wide Web at kxoradio.com.
You know, John, the Spartans want to go into the locker room at the half, putting up another score.
Well, they certainly want that score, but also they will receive the second half kick. So it's like getting, points 2 for 1. We'll see if they're able to engineer a drive. I keep waiting for the time when Jimenez is going to tuck the ball and take off upfield, because he does have that part to his game that Jonathan Real does not have.
1st and 10, Spartans on the Raiders' 44-yard line. Jimenez dumps it off sidearm. It is complete to Estrada. Estrada across the 30, stiff arms, and carries it down to the end zone. He did step out of bounds, but the official didn't see it.
We have a Raider down at the 41-yard line as well, but it looks like this is going to stand.
Estrada caught it, went down the near sideline. I saw him step on the white line, The official trailing the play didn't see it and makes it into the end zone. The injured Raider is up. He's being helped off the field. The Raider that was shaken up is Baron, who's been an important part of their offense, John.
Yes, he's and on defense as well. He plays the defensive back that comes up and takes already a shot at their best player, Central's best player. It's good to see that he's walked off the field in his own power.
We'll have the kick from placement, snap back, kick is up, and the kick is good. 40 seconds to play in the first half. Central 28, and it is Cibola 6.
McNee Smart, your one-stop convenience store with everything you need to get through the day. Fill your tank with V-Power from Shell, and then visit the deli for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Choose your favorite deli sandwich or hot stuffed pizza, or feed the office for your next party. With party platters, choose from meat, cheese, vegetable, or sandwich platters. Yes, McNee Smart, your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Dogwood and Main Street in El Centro.
There's a new mobile auto repair and towing service in Yuma. It's also Azza Mobile Auto Repair, formerly John's Auto Service. Only the name has changed. You still receive the same professional service on all makes and models automobiles because Azza has been John's mechanic for 28 years. He is now the proud owner and continues to give you the same quality service. Also Azza Mobile Auto and Towing Service, 508 East 22nd Street in Yuma. Call 928-941-1088.
Well, the Spartans did exactly what they wanted to do. They put more points up on the board.
And on the PAT, Carroll, there was an infraction by the Raiders, so the Spartans will kick off from the 45 instead of their own 40.
And with the wind at their back, it'll be a high kick, and it'll bounce at the 5 and into the end zone for a touchback. So it'll be 1st and 10 Raiders on their own 20-yard line when we come back.
Did you know that about 1,000 students from around the Imperial Valley are getting a jump on their college careers by attending IVC classes right now on their own high school campus? Ask us about our dual enrollment programs, available to students at most Imperial Valley high schools. Get started now at the #1 community college in the nation. Check us out. For information, go to imperial.edu and search dual enrollment. That's imperial.edu.
And the Raiders trailing 28-6, come out, and they'll use that same offensive formation. Back to pass, McNair. McNair winds up, fires deep downfield, and it would be offensive interference, would be defensive interference. It'd be a little bit of both with the chicken fighting going on downfield, but it goes incomplete. And Baron was the intended receiver.
Right, so it's good to see that he is back after being helped off the field. So he looks like he's fully recovered.
The call from John Seaman is holding against the Spartans. So they didn't call the interference on either one. They just called holding, and it was. So that'll give the Raiders another first down. 1st and 10 Raiders on their own 30-yard line. 34 seconds to play in the first half. The chains have been set. The ball is marked for play. And McNair is tossed down.
Yeah, that was Bravo.
McNair handed it to Mais, and Mais literally was tossed to the turf. He'll lose 3 yards. It'll bring up 2nd and 13. Clock is running. I think Cibola is just going to go into the locker room.
Right, they're walking off the field, led by their coach.
And that's the end of the first half. At the end of one half of play, our score, Central 28, and Cibola 6.
Kxo Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial is serving the best Japanese cuisine in the Imperial Valley. Kxo Sushi offers you 50 different sushi rolls, plus beer, wine, and sake. And they also have teriyaki chicken or beef, rice and noodles. Kxo Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial. They're open daily from 11 a.m. till 9 p.m. Kxo Sushi also caters and welcomes big groups anytime. Call 760-355-4440. That's 355-4444. Your takeout.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. 2 years ago, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. So if you're tired of dealing with the inconvenience of our post office hours and you would like to be able to get your mail when you want, Saturdays, Sundays, holidays, in the middle of the night, then come visit us at Southwest Postal with 24-hour staff. Plus, we're also your local FedEx, DHL, and Postal Service Center. We even offer text message and email notification when you receive your mail. Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Hiles in El Centro.
Stan's Auto Body has been serving customers in the Imperial Valley for many years now. Their mission is to be recognized as a premier provider of auto body repair services. Stan's Auto Body also works closely with you and your insurance company on your collision repair. They're committed to delivering superior quality and customer service by exceeding your expectations. Stan's Auto Body thanks you for making them #1 with CarWise.com. Give them a call or stop by 1880 West Euclid Avenue in El Centro.
Here's a message to students and parents from the Central Union High School District. Showing up is a valuable life habit. Build the habit of good attendance. Attending school every day is possible, and it helps students learn and grow. Attending school improves mental health through socializing, developing friendships, and forming relationships. Be active. Be present. It all begins with showing up.
Your favorite NFL team plays on Imperial Valley's AM 1230, KXO El Centro.
Well, the Central Spartans scored early, scored often. They scored with 36 seconds gone by in the ball game. A two-play drive, one on the ground, one for one in passing, as the pass from Luis Jimenez completed to Emiliano Morales for a 12-yard score. And after the point after, it was 7-0. That after the Raiders fumbled the opening kickoff. And a short time later, the Spartans went 46 yards on 6 plays. 3 of them on the ground, 3 of 3 passing for Jimenez. The touchdown came on a 16-yard pass to Miguel Vega. The point after good. That made it 14-0. And then, still in the first quarter, Spartans went 22 yards after a blocked punt. And the score, it was a run by Nico Viesca from 8 yards out. The point after was good. That made it 21-0. The Raiders were able to put up a point. And then, as time was running out in the first half, the Spartans went 58 yards on 2 plays, 2 of 2 passing for Jimenez. The touchdown, Arturo Estrada made the catch and carried it into the end zone. The point after was good. And that's where we stand, is we've got the Central Spartans with a 28-6 lead. Coming up at the half, John Driffill will have some numbers, but before we get to the numbers, we've got a visit with the athletic director at Central, Josh Wise, coming up.
Build your future at CET, the Center for Employment Training. CET has been serving farm workers since 1967. Grants are available so that farm workers and their children can attend at no cost. See if you qualify at cetweb.edu. Farm worker admissions. Enroll at any time. All programs can be completed in under a year, and job placement assistance and financial aid are available to those who qualify. Call 800-533-2519 or go to cetweb.edu. The future is in your hands.
Roto-Rooter, your plumbing and drain cleaning specialist. Roto-Rooter offers full services from hydrojetting to camera inspection, water heaters, faucets, garbage disposals, anything that's clogged up. They'll take care of the problem right. Roto-Rooter is a locally owned family business with 60 years in the Imperial Valley. Call the experts at 760-352-6789 or 344-2533 on the north end. Roto-Rooter. When drains don't work, we do.
You are listening to high school football on AM 1230 KXO El Centro and on the World Wide Web at kxoradio.com.
And it is high school football on the KXO YouTube channel. If you are a subscriber to the KXO YouTube channel, and it is free, you can comment along as the game goes on. And as always, there's an emergency. Josh Wise, wearing the cape, immediately got on it, got it taken care of. Good evening, Josh.
Good evening. Yeah, we had a 20-minute halftime, and the clock stopped, and now it's probably going to be a 23-minute halftime, and there's going to be a lot of upset officials who want to get home early.
I won't say a word to John Seaman, okay? You know, Allen, he doesn't, he's got nowhere else to go. Anyway, big game tonight. And, okay, it's a Thursday night game, and you're packed on this side of the field.
These Spartan fans are loyal. They show up. I mean, it's a lot of different things going on and why the Spartan community is so strong and why they're sport, right? Because you got the great Spartan band performance. You have the Spartan teams, the majorettes, the tall flag. It's a whole lot of things going on where the community comes out to support the student body, and it's always a heck of a night. Honestly, probably the closest thing you're going to get to the college atmosphere at the high school level here in California.
Well, one of the things that we have pointed out over the years, and John and I have been involved in this for a good many years, the ups and downs of a football program permeates the campus. And we have seen that. There was a stretch where you came to the game, you watched the great Spartan band, you went home. And it hasn't been that way in a while. And that atmosphere, you feel it on campus. Whether, the kids playing football or not, but you feel it among the whole student body.
Yeah, so when the football team's having success, I've had a lot of conversations, right, with my old mentors and even Rookie and Mr. Lyon. When your football team's having success, that success will rub off on all the programs around you, right? So, we're having teams that are all with over 500 records. I'm talking like up in the range of 700 win percentages. And I'm talking, and this is the female sports. Why? Because these football boys come and support, the fans come and support, and everyone's feeding off of that energy. And it's a beautiful thing, man. I tell you, the success that these boys bring, everyone wants to be a part of it, and everyone else wants to. The expectations are risen, and they're higher, and everyone wants to have a little bit of that success. And like I said, it's rubbing off on everybody.
It does, and whether it's even mock trial or the book of the week club or whatever, it does permeate throughout the entire campus, and you feel it. And Coach Pena and the people that he has surrounded himself with. One of the things, and John and I have talked about this a number of times, before we're done, we'll basically call every kid on that team. Coach is going to get that kid on the field, maybe only for one play, maybe for a kickoff. But these kids that are out here practicing every day, go through the two-a-days, the hell week, and everything in between, hold the tackling dummy, he puts them out on the field, gets them out on game night.
The coaches do their best to definitely get the best game plan put out there, and especially nights like this where they're firing in all cylinders. It's almost automatic that everyone's going to get some playing time. I mean, you run into a tough team like Granite Hills last week, and unfortunately, not everybody gets to get on the field that night. But I'll tell you what, every single person on that bench contributes. Like you said, holding and tackling bags. There's a lot of leaders that are not starters. And Coach Pena loves to have these kids around. The coaching staff supports every single one of those boys, whether they're a starter or not a starter. And they all want to be a part of this program and this tradition, and it's awesome here at Central.
It is, and I appreciate the fact that you scheduled. I'm sure the coach was involved. two very, very tough teams. And one of the philosophies, and it goes back when I was playing competitive tennis, you play a player or a team that is better than you, it can make you better. And I think Coach has that approach.
Yeah, definitely trying to get teams with a higher caliber type program, right? Because what that's doing is getting us ready for league. And, unfortunately, well, I don't want to call it unfortunately, but a few of the teams that we've beaten this season, last year, they were good. The year before, they were really good. And this year, maybe a few of those teams are struggling. We'll be playing them again next year, and, hopefully they come out and give us a good test. But at the end of the day, you're hoping that our boys are firing off at all cylinders and we come away with a victory. And we're off to a good start. You sit there and you take a nice lick from Granite Hills, but then they come back the next week on a Thursday night and scores 28-7, and the boys are performing.
Yep. And even last week against a powerhouse Granite Hills team, no letdown. Nobody was hanging their head. They were fully involved up until the end of the game. Okay, we've talked football, but you've got some other sports going on right now, too.
Yes. So there's a very nice little stat out there in the Imperial Valley League Girls Golf. Our girls golf program, if I'm not mistaken, hasn't lost a league game yet. So, they're going up against Vincent Memorials, the Brawleys, Imperials, Hopeville. And like I said, if I'm not mistaken, they're undefeated. So girls golf is off to a great start. We have girls tennis going on. What other sports do we have going on? We have cross country going on. Our boys team is pretty strong, and we got about 4 to 5 boys who they will consistently be in that top 10 in the Imperial Valley League. So, they've been performing pretty well. I think they're trying to get their 5th IDL championship in a row. So they're off to a great start. We got a few good female runners. One of them was the IDL champion, and she's back this year, but she's got a good test for her against a strong girl from Hopeville. So we're excited about these two ladies to battle it out. We have volleyball. Now, volleyball, they're having a good year. I'd hate to say great year because, unfortunately, they're not off to the best start in league, but they're not out. There's one thing that's hard to do, and it's win on the road, and it's hard to win on the road against really good caliber teams. So, Hopeville, that's a Division I program, and Brawley, that's a Division III program, and those are tough places to play. But our volleyball team, they're definitely exciting to play. They're scrappy, they're quick, they're not bigger and taller than you, but they'll dig your ball, put it back in the air, and come smack it right back at you. And they got a tough one on Tuesday against Imperial, but they're still winning, and they still got a chance to win that IDL championship, and we believe in our girls. They've been working hard. And lastly, girls flag football. And girls flag football has been fun. Definitely been fun. Our girls have a record above 500. It's a new sport for everybody. And I'll tell you what, our girls are definitely getting better. From the first time they had their home game here, which, they had the first game was against Brawley, and they actually beat Brawley. But the last 2 times they played Brawley's beaten Central. But they got one more game coming up, and that's going to be the Lady Bell. We actually moved the date. It's going to be October 16th. Oh, no, excuse me, October 14th, a Saturday, 7 o'clock p.m. in Brawley. But I tell you what, every week we watch our ladies, and they're getting better, and they're getting better. And that's all you can ask for is the girls, and whether it's girl or boy, and whatever sports they're playing, you want them to enjoy it and get better. So we're definitely excited for girls flag football. They're in league. Their current record is 5-5. Oh, sorry, 10 minutes. Driffill was giving me a sign. But no, their current record in the league right now, I believe, is 2-1. And so they have Kxo, and I think Kxo's the favorite right now. So they got Kxo on Monday at Kxo, and yeah, these girls, they're competitive. A lot of these other girls play a lot of different sports, and you can see it in their, their agility. Like the soccer players, they move different. The basketball players, they have good zone. They know how to read zone. We got wrestlers out there playing, and we got a lot of girls that have never played sports before, and they made the team. They're athletic, and now they're involved with the Central Union nightlife and extracurricular activities. And flag football's been a great opportunity for these young ladies.
We are happy to see it. John and I, we have talked, and we want to broadcast one of the girls' games. And the problem is, John and I don't know what the rules. Oh. We're going to have to get the book out and go through the rules. But John has seen the games and kind of compared it to arena football very fast. It's a very, very fast-paced game.
Right, and I know the one thing that these officials are really trying to stress to all the other officials is hurry up, because the games are so fast. So if a team is going to punt the ball, which they don't actually punt it right, it's basically move the ball down the field to the other end of the field. Well, the officials, please hurry up so the offense can snap the ball. Let's go. Put the ball down. Let's go. Let's get it going. But it's interesting. There's no fumble. Well, there is fumbles, but the fumble, it doesn't hurt you. But as long as everyone's playing on the same rules, it's competitive and it's fun, and the girls are having a blast. I mean, win or lose, these girls got smiles on their faces. Now I'm starting to see the competitiveness where they hate losing, or the other team hates losing, and that's what it's all about, right? And that means if you lose a game, the plan to go to practice and prepare, try to figure out what you did wrong, and come back and execute the game plan and get better. And that's the whole point in life, right? We're trying to, there's bumps and bruises, but come back, stand back up, and let's go after it. Let's try to do something better.
I think what we may do is my grandson, JJ, has played on the Nebraska State Special Olympics flag football team.
Okay.
I think we may have to fly JJ in from Omaha to be our specialist, our expert commentator.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Speaking on that, the city championships coming
next
up
week
in Southwest, and last year, for our city championship, we had the opportunity to host all of our special needs students, and with a collaboration with the Autism of Imperial Valley organization, we had all these students who probably never been to a football game on our field, and they got to run down the tunnel, and they got to hang out at the Spartan Wall. Well, now Southwest is going to carry on that tradition at the city championship, and I hope that this is something that we'll do for the rest of our time as we're athletic directors, and hopefully it's a tradition where we get to honor those young students and give them that opportunity to be just like us, to come out here, cheer for our team, hear the roar, hear the fan, see big plays, big touchdowns, and that's what it's all about. Have them engaged, have them be involved. And that's next Friday. So if you know anybody interested, they're more than welcome to be at Southwest. We'll be putting some social media posts to promote it, and we definitely want our kids that have special needs to be out there and join us.
Well, we have had the information, and we have been talking about it on the air. It is something very dear to me because of my grandson. And for that matter, he is in the middle of football season right now in Omaha. So we may not be able to get him out here. But to see the look on the faces of these kids when they have come out through the tunnel last year, they just want to be part. They just want to, they're normal kids. They want to be part of what's going on. And it was a great, great program. I'm glad to see it continue. Josh, we appreciate the visit, and, let's see what happens in the second half.
Yep, I appreciate you guys and all the support that you do for Central football and Imperial Valley football. Thank you, guys.
Take care, Josh. And John Driffill will be coming up And John's got some numbers from the first half.
Wake up with us at Broken Yoke Cafe. Open daily at 7 a.m. Serving you your favorite breakfast. From omelets, pancakes, how about eggs Benedict, waffles, and yes, Mexican breakfast too. Broken Yoke Cafe also serves lunch till 2 p.m. From sandwiches, salads, and yes, of course, the all-American cheeseburger. You can order online at Broken Yoke Cafe El Centro or call 760-352-9655. That's 352-9655.
CB Stop, located at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road in Calexico, is your one-stop location for ice-cold beer, wine, and your favorite beverages. They have a selection of sandwiches, chips, snacks, ice, and play the lotto, including Powerball and Mega Super Lotto. You can even get fishing bait and a fishing license. The CB Stop has it all, along with a gas station with diesel and a car wash. Open 24 hours a day. The CB Stop, located in Calexico at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road.
Okay, John Driffill, what do your numbers say?
That's pretty interesting, Carroll. The Cibola Raiders have run the ball from scrimmage 22 times for 68 yards, 0 for 4 passing, negative 2 yards in that passing, 1 for 4 passing, and that negative 2 yards. So that ends up with 66 total yards for the Raiders, but they did have 8 first downs, 2 very big turnovers, not counting the block punt that Devion Hartfield had, but there was 2 fumbles, 1 recovered by Ryan Smith and the other recovered by Felix Aguirre. So all in all, Cibola had 26 plays from scrimmage. Meanwhile, Central only had 15. So when you're down by more than 3 touchdowns, usually you haven't been on the short end of the plays, but Central has had such a short field because of the turnovers, the block punt, and also because of the short drives. They've had quick drives of only a few plays. Central has rushed the ball 5 times, 21 yards, 7 for 10 for Paxton Jimenez for 137 yards, giving Central 158 total yards, 6 first downs, and just as important, no fumbles, no interceptions. We'll be back to take a look at the individual stats after this.
Johnny's Burritos, an Imperial Valley tradition since 1963. 3 locations, Raleigh, Imperial, and El Centro. Delicious burritos, including your favorite breakfast burritos, made just the way you like it. Tacos and taquitos, sandwiches, burgers, carne asada fries, and so much more. And don't forget their delicious Johnny's sweet tea. Johnny's Burritos in Raleigh, Imperial, and El Centro.
There's a new mobile auto repair and towing service in Yuma. It's also Aza Mobile Auto Repair, formerly John's Auto Service. Only the name has changed. You still receive the same professional service on all makes and models automobiles because Aza has been John's mechanic for 28 years. He is now the proud owner and continues to give you the same quality service. Also Aza Mobile Auto and Towing Service, 508 East 22nd Street in Yuma. Call 928-941-1088.
Welcome back to Cal Jones Field. We're at the half. The Central Spartans lead the visiting Raiders from Cibola and Yuma, 28-6. We mentioned that Central has 21 rushing yards, and that's all by Nico Viesca, the junior. He's had all 5 carries for 21 yards. And usually, Carroll, if the other team rushes 4 times the amount of carries you have, 3 times the amount of yardage, you're trailing. But that's not the case in football anymore because Jimenez has been 7 for 10. He was hot. He hit 5 in a row, missed hit on 3, then hit 2 more to give him 7 for 10 for 137 yards. And those 137 yards were divided among 3 receivers. Alex Trejo, Emilio Morales had 3 catches for 49 yards and a touchdown. As always, Arturo Estrada, 2 catches, 60 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And Miguel Vega had 2 catches for 28 yards, and the other touchdown was the rushing touchdown by Nico Viesca. So all in all, because of the short field, because of the turnovers, Central is leading 28-6, but Cibola has showed at times they can move the football. So we'll be back for the second half kickoff after this.
McNee Smart, your one-stop convenience store with everything you need to get through the day. Fill your tank with V-Power from Shell, and then visit the deli for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Choose your favorite deli sandwich or hot stuffed pizza, or feed the office for your next party. With party platters, Choose from meat, cheese, vegetable, or sandwich platters. Yes, McNeese Mart, your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Dogwood and Main Street in El Centro.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. 2 years ago, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. So if you're tired of dealing with the inconvenience of our post office hours and you would like to be able to get your mail when you want, Saturdays, Sundays, holidays, in the middle of the night, then come visit us at Southwest Postal with 24-hour staff. Plus, we're also your local FedEx, DHL, and Postal Service Center. We even offer text message and email notification when you receive your mail. Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro.
It's high school football. We're live on the Kxo YouTube channel. And shortly, we'll be live on AM 1230 as soon as the NFL Thursday night game is over. The Cibola Raiders will kick off to start the second half. And deep to receive, Arturo Estrada. No surprise there. He's had the bulk of the return duties for the Spartans. He stands at about his 15, so he's not expecting a particularly deep kick.
The surprise would be, Carroll, if they actually kick the ball to him. We don't expect to see that tonight.
And we are ready. The kick in, onside kick. It is caught immediately. Cover was Felix Aguirre. He's had a big game today, John.
He came in, and that was a big play because it wasn't as easy as it looked. The ball bounced up in the air, and he cradled it, and as soon as he did that, he took a big hit, which is perfectly legal. But Central, once again, starting this drive, their side of the field, but on the 49-yard line.
And the onside kick,
well executed.
Yes, extremely well done. And Aguirre took the hit, but he's a big guy. 1st and 10. And the handoff, Real will hand off to Braden Mayo. So a little bit of a shake-up. Not a shake-up. Okay. We played the first team, the first half. Let's make some changes here in the second half. Jonathan Real, the quarterback, Braden Mayo.
And Mayo had a lot of carries last week, so he's not unusual back there.
Miguel Vega goes in motion. Mayo is hit, and he picked up about 3 on the first carry, picked up another 3 or so there before he was brought down, and on the tackle, Christian Soto. It'll be 3rd and 2.
Let's see if Central continues to give the ball to Mayo. He is the lone back.
Real from the pistol. Mayo is right behind him. Mayo with the handoff. Mayo looking, turns it upfield and steps out of bounds, but picks up the first down. Mayo has a little bit more speed than Viesca, but he is not as big and not as good in the middle.
6-yard gain for Mayo. He has all 14 yards on this opening drive.
Jonathan Real from the shotgun. Back to pass. Plenty of time. Looking, dumps it off in the corner. Nobody covering him. And down across the 20, the 15, the 10, inside the 10. And I believe that was Joshua Garcia, John.
He was out there all by himself, and the entire Raider defense just totally ignored him. And let's go ahead and give credit where credit's due. That was Emilio Morales once again.
Not 19, John. That was Garcia.
So that's a big first down pickup. Brings up 1st and goal inside the 10.
And tossed it in the middle. It is complete. And this one complete in the middle. And Miguel Vega with the catch. And gets it down inside the 5, down to the 3-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 3. The Central Spartans lead this football game 28-6. They are threatening to put 6 more up on the boards. And the handoff, it is Mayo. Braden Mayo hit. Staggers forward, gets it down inside the 1-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd and goal from inside the 1-yard line. And that's where Viesca is bigger, a little bit stronger, a little bit more drive. Probably would have gotten that one in, John.
Yes, this is also where they do the Wildcat, although right now they're not.
And it is again Mayo. Mayo is hit, bounces into the end zone. Touchdown, Central. Spartans take the opening kickoff of the second half and march it downfield. The point after attempt coming up. So far, David Martinez has been right on. Martinez out of the hold of Alex Trejo. Trejo was a marginal snap and made a good placement earlier. Snap back, kick up, kick is good. 8:37 to play in the third quarter. It is Central 35 and the Cibola Raiders 6.
Your friends at La Fonda Bar and Grill wants us to continue to remember our heroes who advocated for the freedom we enjoy today. When you're craving Mexican food, La Fonda Bar and Grill is everybody's favorite choice. The Camacho family has been doing it right for many, many years. One tradition they've always kept is serving you freshly made Mexican food daily. From chili rellenos to enchiladas, everything is handmade. If you're craving Mexican food, make sure you stop by La Fonda Bar and Grill, 1950 South 4th Street in El Centro.
Did you know that about 1,000 students from around the Imperial Valley are getting a jump on their college careers by attending IVC classes right now on their own high school campus? Ask us about our dual enrollment programs, available to students at most Imperial Valley high schools. Get started now at the #1 community college in the nation. Check us out. For information, go to imperial.edu and search dual enrollment. That's imperial.edu.
High school football, we are live on AM 1230 KXO, El Centro, California. The Spartans just went 51 yards on 7 plays. The kickoff now will go into the end zone. Touchback. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Raiders from their own 20-yard line.
Attention high school sports fans. Are you an armchair official? You know, the parent or fan who constantly yells at the referees and loves to let everyone know just how bad you think they are. Well, if you think you could do better, then get in the game and prove it. It's time for you to suit up and make the calls where they actually count. Every sport in California needs more officials. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Your favorite NFL team plays on Imperial Valley's AM 1230, KXO El Centro.
And the snap McNair and the Spartans are all over him and will drop McNair and DeMario Wilson and young Mr. Maíz as well. That was one of those where I'm not sure who has the ball. We'll just knock down everybody, and they did. And the result is a 5-yard loss.
Central seems like they've come out not complacent after taking a 28-6 halftime lead.
McNair spins, and again he is hit. As he tries to hand off the ball to Maíz, he gets the ball away, but loses another 3 or 4 yards in the process. And in there on the tackle, leading the way, young Mr. Hartfield.
Unfortunately for Cibola, Central now is not even worried about any kind of screen. Once they see the quarterback spin around, they're just all collapsing right there on the spot, and he just does not have any kind of chance to do anything.
Elijah Acevedo lining up on one defensive end. And also on the other side of the football for the Spartans is Malachi Okan. It'll be 3rd and 15. Long count. Snap is a direct snap, and then the handoff, it is Maes, and again, he turns it upfield, turns on the jet, and gets away across the 50 to the 40 down to about the 36-yard line before he is brought down. Jose Rodriguez had the angle. Also in on the tackle, C.J. Acosta. Maes has got some jets, John.
Yes, and that was like the Wildcats. The ball was not snapped to the quarterback in there. It was snapped to the halfback next to him, and he spun around and gave it to Maes on what we used to call the wing buck with Gene Martin way back in the day. And he took off, turned the corner, and showed some real good speed.
1st and 10, Raiders from the Spartan 36-yard line. McNeil drops back, gets it away. It is complete. Maes has the catch. He'll pick up about 3 yards. He is brought down by Jose Rodriguez. Also in there, Alex Trejo.
On the previous run, a nice 50-yard gain. Cibola was looking at 3rd and 15 deep in their own territory, and that was quite a play to break them not only out of trouble, but to keep them in this game. They're still about 4 scores behind, but they're showing some life.
It is 2nd and about 7.
You see Isael Ibarra is in there now at one of the halfback spots.
And the Spartans jump off. Were they drawn off? Nope. Got a little bit antsy. It'll be 2nd down and about 2.
This will definitely be some stuff to look at tomorrow when the Spartans go over the film. That's the 4th time they've jumped offside. As the quarterback not only does a snap down, but he flaps. And they're moving on the flap.
McNair spins, hands off again. It is Maes, and Maes has the 1st down. Gets it inside the 25 down to about the 21-yard line.
So what this is doing right here is it is actually showing teams like the Southwest Eagles are going to play Central next week in the city game that Central does have trouble with speed on the outside. Cibola certainly is not bigger or faster, but their skill players have shown some speed, and Central has not contained at some of those big games tonight.
5 minutes, 10 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter. Central leads 35-6. 1st and 10, Raiders from the Spartan 21-yard line. McNeil back to pass, big rush, shakes a couple of would-be tacklers. Now flags fly in behind the play. That's typical of holding.
Since he was brought down, it was a sack, about a 3-yard loss. We'll see if Central is going to take the penalty because it is a spot foul, so it could put the ball deep, give them a 1st and more than 20. So it looks like Central is going to take the penalty.
They declined it.
Well, that's fine. You had a choice of 1st and, say, 25 or 2nd and about 14. So they're going with the 2nd and 14.
Spot the ball on the 25-yard line. The clock continues to run. Now
we're going to get a timeout by the Raiders.
The Raiders take the timeout with 4:55 to play in the 3rd quarter. It is Central 35, Cibola 6.
Roto-Rooter, your plumbing and drain cleaning specialist. Roto-Rooter offers full services from hydrojetting to camera inspection, water heaters, faucets, garbage disposal, anything that's clogged up. They'll take care of the problem right. Roto-Rooter is a locally owned family business with 60 years in the Imperial Valley. Call the experts at 760-352-6789 or 344-2533 on the north end. Roto-Rooter, when drains don't work, we do.
Your friend at La Fonda Bar and Grill wants us to continue to remember our heroes who advocated for the freedom we enjoy today. When you're craving Mexican food, La Fonda Bar and Grill is everybody's favorite choice. The Camacho family has been doing it right for many, many years. One tradition they've always kept is serving you freshly made Mexican food daily. From chili rellenos to enchiladas, everything is handmade. If you're craving Mexican food, make sure you stop by La Fonda Bar and Grill, 1950 South 4th Street in El Centro.
It is high school football. We are live on AM 1230 KXO El Centro, California. I'm Carroll. With me in the booth, John. Gabe Lemus pushing the buttons, our producer engineer. Technical assistance provided by Kurt Hoffman.
Carroll, this is something we have not seen in the 39 years we've been doing this together. Central actually wanted to accept the penalty, so during the timeout, Coach Pena was talking to the head official, and so now the head official's gone across the field to talk to the Cibola coach, and I do not know what the ruling is. I do know one time in Yuma we saw where coach did not want a holding penalty, and the referee said, yes, you do, and he marked it off. I don't know if you remember that one, but it looks like it has to stand. Once it was called and marked, and then Cibola took the timeout, you can't go back and change it. So I guess it's one of those uncorrectable errors, and it'll end up now 2nd and 14.
I think they went to New York to get a ruling, John. 2nd and 14. And the direct snap to Barone, he hands off, and the ball is loose. The Spartans pick it up, and rumbling down to the midfield stripe is Gavin Mora.
That was Mais on the fumble, the same play they ran the 50 yards, and that time Central was not fooled. They waited. It was a direct snap, almost like the Wildcat, once again, to Bravo, and he pitched the ball back to Mais, and Mais ran into some trouble, and the ball was stripped. Did you get the number of the player that recovered?
It was Gavin Mora. So 1st and 10, spotted right on the midfield stripe. Real, the quarterback. Mayo is the running back. Snap, handoff is to Mayo. Mayo cuts it off the right side, struggles forward. He'll have a 5-yard gain as Braden Mayo. He's listed at 5'8", 150. I'm not sure about that, John.
Well, he's only a sophomore. He reminds me a lot of Viesca last year. Remember, Viesca came in and got some carries. So we expect a year or two from now. Oh, I'm sorry, Brandon Mayo is the senior. I was looking at Morales. So
2nd and 5.
I stand corrected.
Diego Quezada goes in motion. The handoff is to Mayo. Mayo is stacked up for no gain. We're seeing a few new numbers, a few new names, including some numbers and names that we don't have.
Just like in the first half when Baez had all carries, so far in this third quarter, Mayo has all the carries for the Spartans.
Trips on the left side, the wide side. Jonathan Real from the shotgun. Braden Mayo right next to him. Dumps off the screen. It is complete. Quezada strips off one tackler, drops the football. The Raiders say they have it. Was he down, or is it a fumble? It's a fumble.
Central's first turnover of the evening.
Diego Quezada with the catch, and then gets stripped of the football. It'll be Raiders taking over 1st and 10, spotted on their own 45-yard line. Updating up north, it is the Raleigh Wildcats leading 41-8. They're playing Gila Ridge.
Not having any trouble with Gila Ridge.
Pretty much a whole bunch of new names and numbers in on defense again, John. And McNeil hands off, and Maes gets some running room again. Maes is first guy had him by one leg. Maes is struggling. One of the things they taught me, if that happens, go down because you're going to get hurt.
Did pick up the 10 yards for the first down. That will cross the ball over into Spartan territory.
Spotted on the Spartan 45-yard line.
Very fast third quarter here as we're under 3 minutes to go.
1st and 10. Spartans lead at 35-6. We'll try and get as many of the Spartan players. Christopher Alvarez, a sophomore, is in at a linebacker. And Barone tries to get somewhere and nowhere to run. Isiel Ibarra.
Yeah, he's the kicker, so they're trying to take that soccer player and turn him into a football player, getting some time. He's been out there before. That time, the direct snap went to Ibarra. Again, much like a wildcat, it wasn't, or like the wing tee, it was not snapped to the quarterback position. And he spun, but by the time he tried to get a better steam, he ended up with a 1-yard loss.
Well, Ibarra back in at, I suppose, quarterback, because he's the one that ran off to the sideline, got the play. And
yes, he is in the quarterback spot, although the ball can be snapped to Bravo next to him.
And a little bit of a mix-up in the backfield, and they do get the handoff. And Ricardo Bravo will pick up a yard, bring up 3rd and 10. So the Ibarra and Bravo, that kind of tangled up on the exchange.
McNair back in now. Far off to the sideline. So let's see if they run that kind of counter butt sweep to Mais. They've had real success with it here, not only in this third quarter, but in the first half.
Snap is back. McNair handles the ball off to Maes. Maes this time is smothered. He does pick up 3 yards. It'll bring up a 4th down and about 7.
And we would expect them to go for it. So, Carroll, that time is what Central did with having the stand-up man Ryan Smith, who's playing for the injured Jared Martin. He just stood there and contained, so that sent Maes back into the middle of the field where all of the pursuit was. Therefore, instead of 50 yards, you had only a 4-yard pickup, or a 3-yard pickup, actually.
Joetti Aguilar, one of the defensive backs out there. Seth Mendez, a defensive back that is out there. Nathan Ruiz, also there. Ethan Thomas. McNair has the ball, drops back, dumps it off over the middle. It is complete for a 1st down. The pass completed to Damian Camarillo, and Christopher Alvarez with the hit.
That will end the third quarter.
At the end of the third quarter, at the end of 3 quarters of football, our score, Central 35 and Cibola 6.
McNee Smart, your one-stop convenience store with everything you need to get through the day. Fill your tank with V-Power from Shell, and then visit the deli for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Choose your favorite deli sandwich or hot stuffed pizza, or feed the office for your next party with party platters. Choose from meat, cheese, vegetable, or sandwich platters. Yes, McNee Smart, your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Dogwood and Main Street in El Centro.
There's a new mobile auto repair and towing service in Yuma. It's also Aza Mobile Auto Repair, formerly John's Auto Service. Only the name has changed. You still receive the same professional service on all makes and models automobiles because Aza has been John's mechanic for 28 years. He is now the proud owner and continues to give you the same quality service. Also Aza Mobile Auto and Towing Service, 508 East 22nd Street in Yuma. Call 928-941-1088.
Did you know that about 1,000 students from around the Imperial Valley are getting a jump on their college careers by attending IBC classes right now on their own high school campus? Ask us about our dual enrollment programs, available to students at most Imperial Valley high schools. Get started now at the #1 community college in the nation. Check us out. For information, go to imperial.edu and search dual enrollment. That's imperial.edu.
It's high school football. We are live on KXO El Centro, California, and also on the KXO YouTube channel. Continuing to see more and more new players out there for the Spartans. 1st and 10 for the Raiders. One of the Raiders linemen got a little bit antsy, forgot the snap count. And so it'll be 1st and 15. Spot the ball on the Spartan 35-yard line. We're in the 4th quarter.
First time tonight that motion has been called against the Raiders. It's been Central jumping offside.
And at Spinaroo, the handoff again to Maes, turns the corner, puts on his jets and carries it down for a 15, make it an 18-yard gain. Spotted on the 18-yard line.
So we can see up here perfectly that Central Florida did not have containment. So once he turned the corner, there was just a foot race to the other end.
Hector Coronel Villarreal is in at the linebacker spot. And handoff again, Maes, and Maes will lose a yard. And on the tackle for the Spartans, Dominic Vecina.
Central getting good penetration, but the problem is when they penetrate and they don't recognize who has the ball, then they have no longer contain on the outside, and that set up those big runs. This time, Maes was brought down for a yard loss.
2nd and 11. He comes in from the sideline.
Right now, with this offense, it almost looks like home run strikeout.
It's where you play Major League Baseball these days, isn't it? Empty backfield. McNair drops back to pass, dumps it off, and almost intercepted in the end zone. The intended receiver went down. That was Ibarra, and I don't know whether it was from contact or if he tripped over that white line at the 10-yard line, but he went down, no flag. 3rd and 11.
The ball did go in and out of the hands of the Central safety back there. So that was one of those weird plays, and let's just call it a mulligan and come back and make it 3rd down. Central did have 2 players on the coverage, so it wasn't like he was wide open.
3rd and 11. Ibarra is standing next to McNair. The snap is to Ibarra, and he runs into his own man and goes down. And will lose yardage. In on the tackle, Jesus Mendez. So Mendez gets credit for the tackle for a loss.
That will put Ibarra on the bench as he is now being replaced by McNair. Unfortunately for the Raiders, that does bring them a big 4th down. Now, they picked up a lot of yards on 4th down previously, so we'll see what they run this time.
4th and 19. The ball is on the 27-yard line. Spread formation, empty backfield. McNair drops back. McNair chased out of the pocket, looking, rolling to his right, and is pushed out of bounds. He will not get the 1st down. The Spartans will take over on downs, and the official signal to keep the clock running, but
I know that the rule says it has to be 35. Perhaps the coaches have already shown or talked to the officials and said, okay, that's enough. We can go ahead and run the clock, as it has stopped, as it should, as they have changed the possession.
It is 1st and 10 Spartans. And let's see who we've got at quarterback. And it is Jonathan Real. And I can't see who is behind him.
I believe that's Mayo back there.
And the handoff is to the running back, and it is not Mayo, but he breaks out across the 30 to the 35-yard line. a nice run, and I wish I could tell you who it is.
I believe
Number 28.
Call his number. It's number 28.
We
did pick up a first down.
We don't have a name, and I apologize to the family.
12-yard pickup.
1st and 10. And it is Real on a quarterback keeper. Will slide crossing the 40. They'll spot it on the 42-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 8. Bring up 2nd and 2. The Spartans deep in the bench right now. And one of the Spartans just went down, non-contact. Real actually just went down. I believe he cramped up and just dropped. So we'll have to wait and see. And let's see who would be next up. I believe Nathan Orozco would be next up if Real can't continue, John.
I thought that he had just slid down like they do in the NFL to stop the contact. We do have a name to go with number 28. It's Adric Vista.
Well, Real did slide, but then came back to the huddle and was going to the sideline and just went down. And it apparently is a cramp. And I believe it will be Nathan Orozco in at quarterback. Orozco, first time we've called his name. Takes a snap and went to hand off, but there was nobody there. They're going to have fun watching that one in the film tomorrow, John.
Yeah, fortunately for Orozco, he turned around and expected the running back, Adric Vista, to be there. He wasn't. So we now have a stop in time as I'm not sure who took the timeout. We have coaches on the field for the Cibola Raiders. Orozco was tackled for a 2-yard loss back to the 40.
That's a hell of a way to start off your career, John.
It does bring 3rd down and about 5. Let's call it 4.
Snap back. That time there's a running back there, but the play is blown dead before it's underway.
That's Vista, the would-be ball carrier, and let's see if this is going to go against the Spartans. And it does, so that's going to change what was a 2nd and 8. So now you're at 3rd and 9. Excuse me, a 2nd and 2, all the way back to a 3rd and 9. But you do have players that have not played so far tonight, different snap counts, so you can't expect certain hiccups in the team too already.
Orozco from the pistol. Snap back. And the run pass option, Orozco will pick up a 1st down. Get it out to the 45-yard line. Nathan Orozco.
10-yard pickup, keeps the drive going.
You know, I got to say, Orozco, now the 13 quarterback, back in my day, I would have been the next one up at quarterback, 4th team. Only because I knew the playbook. Orozco will hand off, and picking up a couple of yards is Adric Vista. Give him a yard. 2nd and 9.
And it's good, so we're calling players that we haven't called all year. The clock continues to move down. We're at about the 6-minute, 40-second mark.
Okay, it is 2nd and 10. They didn't give him the yard.
Looks like Orozco's changing the play at the line of scrimmage.
Orozco calling the plays. Taking his time. Don't take too much time.
Going to get delay a game. He's got 2 seconds to get the play off.
And handoff in the middle, Orozco. And I think that was, I'm not sure who that was carrying the ball, John.
Yeah, I believe we have a new ball carrier. That was Damari Connor. Did bring the ball back out across 45 for a 2-yard pickup.
Third and 8. Orozco will hand off, and it is Thomas. He loses the football. And Connor, the ball carrier, loses the football.
You have a flag down, so let's see if that's going to nullify the change of possession. It looks like it's not, as the central defense is coming out.
Holding against the Spartans. That'll be declined. The Raiders recovered the fumble, and they will put it in play 1st and 10 on the Spartan 47-yard line. 5:24 to play in this football game. Central leads 35-6. Let's see if we can pick up a couple more players, John. Back to pass, McNeil. McNeil is hit. McNeil is sacked by 5 Spartans. One of them getting up from the bottom of the pile.
That'd be called a cover sack because he had no one that broke open, as Jesse Blackburn was one of the 3 Spartans that brought it down.
Luis Estrada, another one that was in there.
6-yard loss brings up 2nd and 16.
And again, I apologize. We don't have names to go with some of these players, and I'd love to give them credit. It is 2nd and 17. Ball back on the Raiders 47. McNair hands off Maiz again with the football. Maiz turns it upfield and will be pushed out of bounds. Right near the first down marker. He'll be about a yard short. Bring up 3rd and 2.
Certainly seen that play before, Carroll. That's the same one they love to run, though. It's a little counter play. They've had great success running that here, especially in the second half.
McNeil hands off Maiz, same play, and Maiz turns it upfield, and he'll make it into the end zone after he's pushed out of bounds before he gets there. And he'll be shy of the end zone. And I believe Nathan Rees pushed him out.
30-yard pickup. So after that 50-yard pickup from the previous series, now he's got a 30-yard pickup to his name. So he is probably close to the 100-yard mark.
And it is the same play. Maiz goes in, goes out, and goes down after a pickup of about 9.
Very close to the first down, but it looks like he's going to come up just a yard short. So now they gave him the 10-yard first down.
It'll be 1st and goal. We'll spot it on the 3. Give credit where it's due, John. The Spartans, what amounts now to about the 3rd team, has requited themselves well. Maiz now will step into the end zone. Don't celebrate. Okay. He didn't.
3 straight carry plays, and that will bring the respectable score up on the board.
4th quarter score, Brawley leads Gila Ridge 47-8.
Like Brawley is the monsters once again of the midway up there at the north end. They will now go to 5-0 on the year.
And
they have not been challenged yet. The first game against
can't remember the names they played. They always seem to play them out there. They're East San Diego County. They still won that game by a couple scores, I believe.
McNair dumps it off for a 2-point conversion that is incomplete. 2:58 to play in this football game. It is Central 35 and Cibola 12.
Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial is serving the best Japanese cuisine in the Imperial Valley. Sushi offers you 50 different sushi rolls, plus beer, wine, and sake. And they also have teriyaki chicken or beef, rice and noodles. Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial. They're open daily from 11 a.m. till 9 p.m. Sushi also caters and welcomes big groups anytime. Call 760-355-4440. That's 355-4444. Your takeout.
Okay, fourth quarter score, Broadway leads Gila Ridge 47-8. Not a good night for Yuma schools in the valley.
The Bowlers done a nice showing here of not giving up when they were trailing 21-0 in the first quarter. As right now, we would certainly expect an onside kick. They tried it the last time they kicked off to start the second half. So we would certainly expect to see an onside kick again. And Valley Center was the name of that team that Brawley played. Valley Center is a very good program, but their head coach also retired, so they have a whole new coaching staff, much like Palm Desert.
And the kick down the middle of the field, and it is picked up. And looking for some running room, turning it upfield and getting spun down is Alex Trejo. Trejo with a nice return. Spotted on the 37-yard line.
Trejo back there to return it in place of Artie Estrada.
First and 10 Spartans from their own 37-yard line. 2:49 to play in this football game. They have a 35-12 lead. And for the most part, John, we have not seen any of the starters in the second half, have we?
I do believe that again, we have Jonathan Real back at quarterback spot.
Well, Roscoe is the quarterback.
Hopefully Real is okay when he did go to the sidelines.
And the handoff up the middle, looking for some running room, and maybe a yard on the run was Adric Vista. Adric is a 5'8", 185-pound senior. Joady Aguilar in at a slot. Well, Roscoe will hand off. And again, it is Adric Vista. No gain. It'll bring up third and about 9. Spartans content to just let the clock run.
The bowler sitting over the sideline. Do you want a timeout? And the coach very wisely said, no, let's go ahead and play it out. As now Jody Aguilar is in the backfield for the Spartans. He goes out, flanking out to wide to the right.
Orozco. The snap is fumbled, but it's picked up by one of the Spartans, and that is Andrew Salazar, a play with a flag behind the play.
What happened, Carroll, is the snap was forward, just rolled back on about 3 hops, and Salazar picked it up and tried to make something out of nothing. He was able to get positive yards, but because it looked kind of strange, the head official, John Seaman, said, I'm not sure if that's good, so he's got a personal foul. One of those crackback blocks where you can't block a player who's blindsided. So this will negate the gain, and will bring up repeat of third down. So it looks like, it's a spot foul, so we've got to go to where
Oh, they declined the penalty. So it looks like they're going to decline the penalty, make it 4th down.
Okay. It brings up 4th down. That makes sense, John. 1:13, 73 seconds to play in this football game. This will be interesting. Let's see what punt team is out there, John. I can tell you that David Martinez is back to punt. Let's hope he has protection. Drops the snap, but will keep it. Has a lane and throws it forward. That's an illegal forward pass there, son. That's why you're a kicker and not a quarterback.
And the flag is out, so they'll get that sorted out.
Any way you look at it, it's going to be Cibola's football. Exactly where, that will be decided. On the way down, he tossed it forward. Now, he was behind the line of scrimmage, so
there was no receiver. So that's why you lose the down. So it does turn over. Put the ball on the 39-yard line. That's what Cibola will have it. Let's see if they can put the ball in the end zone. I would certainly expect to see Messiah Mais on that cross butt. They've run it 3 straight times. The last 2 times they ran it, they started on their own 47 and ended up in the end zone.
And Ibarra in a quarterback again. High snap goes over his head. It is picked up, and he is tattooed by Eric Romero.
If Cibola might want to take a timeout now to kind of regroup, because they're going to put the ball back all the way on the 47-yard line.
I believe that was Bravo that picked up the football and was just knocked into tomorrow.
That's a nice loss from the 34 all the way back to the
I don't think
37.
We will get one more playoff, John. Hector Coronel Villarreal goes in for the Spartans. This will be the final play of the game unless it's a defensive penalty. And the ball fumbled in the backfield and blown dead as the ball was dropped on the handoff. Ricardo Bravo picked it up on a knee. He's discussing it with John Seaman. John, as a police officer, has heard every excuse in the book.
I do not understand the signals that he gave on the play. I do know that it's 2nd down, which I believe they're just going to call that the play was not, the play clock had not been started, so they blew that dead, so you got to get the play clock started, so it's like it never happened.
Ibarra hands off and looking for some running room, and there's nothing there. Going out of bounds was Isiel Ibarra, a sophomore.
Able to pick up 4 yards to the cause.
Stopped the clock. He went out of bounds.
We would think, barring any kind of defensive penalty, that could be the last play of the game.
3rd and 19. 8.7 seconds to play. Ibarra drops back, hurls it deep downfield, has a man open. It is caught at the 5-yard line. A beautiful pitch and catch. And there's a timeout on the field with 2 seconds to play. Cibola called timeout. Why not? They want to take it in for another score.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. 2 years ago, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. So if you're tired of dealing with the inconvenience of our post office hours and you would like to be able to get your mail when you want, Saturdays, Sundays, holidays, in the middle of the night, then come visit us at Southwest Postal with 24-hour staff. Plus, we're also your local FedEx, DHL, and Postal Service Center. We even offer text message and email notification when you receive your mail. Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Howe in El Centro.
Your favorite NFL team plays on Imperial Valley's AM 1230, Kxo El Centro.
It is first and goal. Ibarra being chased out of the pocket, looks into the end zone. The left-handed fires into the end zone. It goes incomplete. Game over.
No, we're going to have another play because they've thrown a flag in the end zone, so they're going to call it a untimed down. Unless the penalty goes against the offensive pass interference, but I don't think it will.
Let's see, the officials are discussing the play. Four of the officials have gathered. And
I'm just shocked, Carroll, they did not run that wingback play to Maíz. They've had such success they have.
It is pass interference. It is against the Spartans. An untimed play. Ibarra at quarterback takes the snap, hands off, and nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Ricardo Bravo goes down. Game over for real this time. And at the end of regulation, plus the score, Central 35 and Cibola 12.
Your friends at La Fonda Bar and Grill wants us to continue to remember our heroes who advocated for the freedom we enjoy today. When you're craving Mexican food, La Fonda Bar and Grill is everybody's favorite choice. The Camacho family has been doing it right for many, many years. One tradition they've always kept is serving you freshly made Mexican food daily. From chili rellenos to enchiladas, everything is handmade. If you're craving Mexican food, make sure you stop by La Fonda Bar and Grill, 1950 South 4th Street in El Centro.
There's a new mobile auto repair and towing service in Yuma. It's also Aza Mobile Auto Repair, formerly John's Auto Service. Only the name has changed. You still receive the same professional service on all makes and models automobiles because Azza has been John's mechanic for 28 years. He is now the proud owner and continues to give you the same quality service. Also Azza Mobile Auto and Towing Service, 508 East 22nd Street in Yuma. Call 928-941-1088.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. 2 years ago, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. So if you're tired of dealing with the inconvenience of our post office hours and you would like to be able to get your mail when you want, Saturdays, Sundays, holidays, in the middle of the night, then come visit us at Southwest Postal with 24-hour staff. Plus, we're also your local FedEx, DHL, and Postal Service Center. We even offer text message and email notification when you receive your mail. Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Howe in El Centro.
McNeese Smart, your one-stop convenience store with everything you need to get through the day. Fill your tank with V-Power from Shell, and then visit the deli for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Choose your favorite deli sandwich or hot stuffed pizza, or feed the office for your next party. With party platters, choose from meat, cheese, vegetable, or sandwich platters. Yes, McNeese Smart, your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Dogwood and Main Street in El Centro.
Central Spartans with a 35-12 win over the Cibola Raiders. And, it wasn't near as close as what it sounds because basically second half we did not see any of the Spartans' first team. And for that matter, by pretty much into the fourth quarter, it was the Spartans' fourth team. Third and fourth team players, the kids that are out there all the time at all of the practices that are participating and contributing, and tonight really got a chance to get out there and play. And again, some of them are going to be stiff and sore tomorrow, and it's a great, great feeling to be that way after the ball game, because it means you were out there, you were playing, and you feel good about it. The Spartans scored early. 36 seconds had gone off the clock when they scored on a 2-play drive following the Raiders' fumble of the opening kickoff. The Spartans followed that up a short time later with a second touchdown, made it 14-0. And then still in the first quarter, it was 21-0. And the Spartans just kept it up. They scored again in the second quarter, made it 28-6, and then scored again in the third quarter, early on in the third quarter. That made it 35-6. It finally ended up 35-12. The Spartans easily could have run up a whole bunch more points. Didn't want to do that. They wanted to make sure they got out of here with nobody getting hurt and with a lot of their players getting time out on the field. And a lot of the names and a lot of the numbers that we were calling sophomores and juniors that are going to be the backbone of next year's team. And they're going to be the guys that are going to step up if somebody should go down. John Driffill working on the numbers. We'll have them coming up.
Did you know that about 1,000 students from around the Imperial Valley are getting a jump on their college careers by attending IVC classes right now on their own high school campus? Ask us about our dual enrollment programs, available to students at most Imperial Valley high schools. Get started now at the #1 community college in the nation. Check us out. For information, go to imperial.edu and search dual enrollment. That's imperial.edu.
The Central Union High School District says Happy Attendance Awareness Month. That's right. September is Attendance Awareness Month. And Southwest High School, Central Union High School, Desert Oasis High School, Phoenix Rising High School, and the Central Union Adult School and Mount Signal Virtual Academy remind you that attendance leads to a culture of achievement every day, all year long. Be active, be present. It all begins with showing up.
Stan's Auto Body has been serving customers in the Imperial Valley for many years now. Their mission is to be recognized as a premier provider of auto body repair services. Stan's Auto Body also works closely with you and your insurance company on your collision repair. They're committed to delivering superior quality and customer service by exceeding your expectations. Stan's Auto Body thanks you for making them #1 with CarWise.com. Give them a call or stop by 1880 West Euclid Avenue in El Centro.
Okay, John Driffill, what kind of numbers have we got?
Yeah, they're pretty crooked there, Carroll. You'd expect when you look at the rushes, Cibola ran the ball 43 times from scrimmage to Central's 21. That's more than twice as much. They did get 117 yards on those 43 carries. 5 for 8 passing for 51 yards, giving Cibola 168 total yards, 15 first downs, so it looks like they should have, if not won the game, at least been in it more than they were. And yet the biggest stat of all is the 3 fumbles. They were recovered by the Central Spartan Gavin Mora, also by Ryan Smith, and by Felix Aguirre. On the other side of the football, Central ran it 21 times for 82 yards. 10 for 13 was a triple quarterback of Jonathan Real, Luis Jimenez, and Nathan Orozco. 10 for 13, 176 yards, 258 total yards, 10 first downs. Central did have 2 turnovers, 2 fumbles. Individually carrying the football, and there was a lot of them for the Spartans. Nico Vieska had 5 carries for 21 yards and 1 touchdown, all in the first half. Also, Brandon Mayo had 6 rushes for 21 yards and a touchdown. That was in the third quarter. Jonathan Real had 1 rush for 8 yards, and with that rush, he actually exited the ballgame, did not play after that. Nathan Orozco, the third quarterback, 2 carries for 8 yards. Also getting a carry was Andrew Salazar for 9 yards. And we have the Central Spartans, Edric Vista, getting 4 carries for 13 yards, with Jamari Connor getting 2 carries for 2 yards. The 10 completions were spread out among 5 different players. Emiliano Morales had 3 catches for 49 yards and a touchdown. as always, Artie Estrada had the big night. 2 catches, but they went for 60 yards and 2 touchdowns. Getting in on the act was Miguel Vega, 3 catches, 33 yards. Joshua Garcia had 1 catch for 29 yards, and Diego Quesada had 1 catch for 5 yards. So the most important thing is Central now goes to 4-2 on the night. The Brawley Wildcats, they won their game. They're 5-0, and they appear to be the class of the Imperial Valley this year with that unblemished mark. Meanwhile, Southwest had a bye. They were probably here tonight watching this game. And I'm sure, Carroll, they saw Central had trouble with speeds around the corners, the flanks. And we know that Southwest, with youngers, that's what they can do. They can attack the corners, and they have very good speed. So we're looking forward to the city game next week being a very good game.
One of the things I take out of your numbers, John, was the fact that Viesca, with just 5 carries, all in the first half, Braden Mayo with 5, or I think 5, maybe 6 carries, and again, not a lot of playing time, and didn't need it, which means the Central Spartans will be going into next week the opening game of the Imperial Valley League, the game for the city championship against the Southwest Eagles, and the Spartans tonight with a lot of guys that got a lot of playing time and a lot of guys that have had the playing time got a lot of rest, and that's going to be important for them. The Central Spartans, with a 35-12 victory. The league play gets underway next week, but before we get to next week, we will let you know the Brawley Wildcats beat Gila Ridge 47-15. Tomorrow night's action, it will be Calipatria at Claremont. Bonita Vista will take on Vincent. I'm assuming that game will be at the Southwest Field. And the highlight game, Valley Center and Imperial. Mickey Dale, George Grajaba will have that game for you on AM 1230 and on the KXO YouTube channel. We will start at 6:45 with our pregame coverage. High school football brought to you on the Imperial Valley's AM 1230 by Roto-Rooter, Johnny's Burritos in Brawley, Imperial and El Centro, the CB Stop in Calexico, the Broken Yoke Cafe, La Fonda Bar and Grill, McNeese Mart, also Ozza Mobile Auto Repair, High Southwest Security, Southwest Postal, Imperial Valley College, K Sushi Bar and Grill, Stan's Auto Body, Central Union High School District, and by CET. Our producer engineer in the studios, Gabe Lemus. Technical support provided by Kurt Hoffman, John Driffill, color commentary and stats. I'm Carroll Buckley. Keep it tuned for the best oldies on the radio on the Imperial Valley's AM 1230, KXO El Centro. Final score 35-12. Central defeated the Cibola Raiders.